Stop searching for the miracle and be the miracle. This ain't gonna be lyrical, this is straight facts. Stop waiting on the change and be the change. This ain't new news, this go way back. Stop waiting on someone to get it for you, go get it for yourself. Take your pride back. If God is your motivator, then you can do all things. Believe that. My power is divine, every line aligned with a higher power, receive that.
What's going on, guys, beautiful souls? It's your brother, your friend, your fellow imperfect parent, your host, BK Blessed. And today's episode is for every parent. Black, white, Latino, Asian, rich, broke, bougie, hood, or my parents raising their babies in the suburbs. Now, if you like this episode, please like, share, and subscribe, and follow me on my socials. And please donate to my GoFundMe page. You can find the link below. You'll be helping me bless Jamaica. Today we're talking about how sometimes in the name of love, we unintentionally raise children who can't carry the weight of their own choices. Proverbs 22:6 says, "Train up a child in the way he should go." Not carry them, not coddle them, not build the entire project yourself while they're snoring like they already earned an A. Training means resistance. Training means struggle. Training means sometimes their tears gotta hit the pillow before the lesson hits their brain. And no loving parent likes to do this. But wise parents know that this is a reality and it has to be done. We're going to deal with this hard truth, not because it's complicated, but because parenting makes you emotional in ways nothing else on this planet can. I mean, you could be the strongest, toughest, most street smart person in the room, but let your kid come in with the problem, and you instantly become a superhero with no off switch. Today's lie? Children shouldn't suffer consequences. Because we love them. Because we want better for them. Because we remember our own pain. And we swear they won't feel what we felt. But real talk? Protecting your child from all consequences does not prepare them. It disables them. It creates adults who fold under pressure because they were never taught to stand in it. And listen, I'm going to say something some of you might disagree with. Fellow parents, we can't just observe consequences. We have to create them. Before life teaches them the hard way, we have to start teaching them early. Please stop focusing so much on their feelings and pay more attention to their well-being. This episode is not about being harsh. It's about being holy and healthy with how we raise the next generation. There's this version of parenting that sounds good and right. This version sounds like, I don't want my child to feel sad. I want their life to be easier than mine. I don't want them to experience struggle like I did. I don't want life to ever hit them too hard. When trouble comes, I'll handle it for them. That sounds so beautiful, but it's not biblical or practical. And listen, I'm not judging you because I'm talking about us. We did this. But you have to know, love is not robbing someone of responsibility. Love is not shielding them from reality. And love is not preventing the pain that shapes them. Now, pain shouldn't be a lifestyle, but it is a teacher. Proverbs 19:18 says, "Discipline your children while there is hope. Otherwise, you will ruin their lives." This means if you refuse to let your kids face consequences, you become part of the problem that destroys their future. Because some lessons can only be learned through the sting of reality. You can talk until you're blue in the face, but sometimes life has to preach a sermon you can't. And there's this modern parenting style that says, if you just give kids space, they'll naturally learn the right lessons. Where? If you could tell me, what world is this happening in? Kids don't learn because time passes. Kids learn because truth interrupts them. Left alone, kids do what feels good, not what is good. You know how I know? You ever watched a toddler with a marker and a white wall? They look at you dead in your soul as if to say, you gonna stop me or nah? See, children push boundaries to find boundaries. It's part of their wiring. But here's the lie society tells us today. Let them express themselves by drawing their emotions on your brand new couch. That makes no sense. We gotta stop being scared of being the adults God assigned us to be. Because kids learning on their own is how we end up with 22-year-olds who don't know how to show up on time, tell the truth, apologize, save money, finish a task, take responsibility, hear no without falling apart, or handle pressure without folding. Children don't grow out of irresponsibility. They grow through accountability. And accountability doesn't fall out of the sky. It comes from parents, adults who create real consequences. And our kids aren't fragile. We just stop requiring strength. And I want to say something you might not hear in these soft parenting streets. Kids can handle more than we think. They just can't handle inconsistency. Kids can handle no. Not right now. Try again. Fix what you broke. Apologize. You're grounded. And you're responsible for what you did. What they can't handle is this. Hold up. Let me think about it. We'll see. And you know that means no. All right, but this is the last time, said repeatedly. Or the classic, don't do that again or else, said 47 times with no follow through. Children don't thrive in freedom. They thrive within boundaries. This new culture says, let kids be kids. I totally agree. Kids should be allowed to be kids. Not little adults walking around with adult privileges and no responsibilities. When a child grows up with no consequences, they become an adult who expects grace with no growth. This is how we end up with grown people blaming everybody for everything. A lot of us are raising our kids reacting to our own childhood. I didn't have support, so I will never let my kid feel unsupported. I grew up struggling with money, so I'll make every path smooth for my kids. I faced consequences I didn't like, so I want my children to avoid them. But here's the rub. Healing your childhood does not mean crippling your children. Give them love. Give them comfort. Give them guidance. But don't give them immunity from reality. Because sheltered kids grow into adults who can't handle correction or failure. They can't handle responsibility or deal with discomfort. And they expect the world to bend around their feelings. Your child is not an endangered species. They can survive no, discipline, accountability in real life. You're raising someone's future spouse, future parent, future coworker, and a future leader. Don't send them into adulthood without an immune system. If you protect them from consequences, they will grow into an adult who always expects rescue instead of responsibility. I want to share a quick story about myself. A consequence my mom gave me that I'll always remember and respect her for. Even though at the time, I didn't like it at all. Back when I was a young adult, I got into some trouble. Enough to end up sitting in jail for a little while. Naturally, my first thought was to call my mom and ask her to bail me out. But this time she said no. I was pissed. I even told her it was her fault I was in here. Then I hung up the phone on her, bang, without even thinking. It was like I forgot about the time she bailed me out before. Or that she had answered this collect call when my so-called ride or die friends didn't. About 5 minutes later, I called her back and I apologized. In that moment, sitting in that cell, it forced me to face the consequences of my actions. It was one of the first times in a long time I really looked at my choices. And believe me, it hurt. It stung. And yes, I was angry. But it shaped me in ways nothing else could. To this day, I'm grateful for that tough love. That moment didn't just teach me accountability. It taught me responsibility, respect, and the power of boundaries. It's one of those lessons that sticks with you forever, even when you hated it at the time. All right, let me lighten the mood just a little bit. All parents know kids will test you. It seems like they do it without effort. They'll look you dead in the face with crumbs all over their mouth, standing next to the empty cookie jar and say, "I didn't need it. Dad, Mom, it wasn't me." And teenagers, I'm telling you, I think they come with master's degrees in manipulation. They'll argue like lawyers. They'll cry like actors and negotiate like CEOs. You ever had a conversation like this? "Dad, can I go?" "No." "Why?" "I said no. I told you can't go anywhere if your chores aren't done." Well, I thought you said I could go yesterday." "What world are you living in?" They will twist timelines, rules, emotions, even scripture. They'll quote Jesus in the wrong context just to win an argument. Kids are smart. They're not fragile. They can handle consequences. In fact, consequences humble even the most creative manipulator. Teaching kids responsibility often comes down to moments where you have to say no. You can't avoid this. You're not getting your phone back until you get your grades up. Or no, you can't go out until you can be responsible at home. And no, you were disrespectful, so something will be taken from you. Fellow parents, I need you to hear this clearly. If you don't create consequences, you create entitlement. And entitlement grows into destruction. Consequences do not break children. Consequences build children. And I want to say something with love, even though it might hit a little hard. If you don't create consequences, trust me, life will. And life consequences, they don't care about how young or precious your baby is. Life will give your child a broken heart, a fired from their first job moment, why didn't you teach me this moment, a relationship they stay in too long, a bill they weren't ready for, or a police officer that does not negotiate with their feelings. Life doesn't give warnings, it gives results. But we, as parents, give wardens. We give guidance. We give structure before the storm. This generation needs boundaries like plants need water. And every time you say, I don't want them to be mad at me, I don't want them to cry, I don't want them to struggle, or I'll just have grace for them. Fellow parents, grace does not mean absence of growth. And growth doesn't happen without consequences. Consequences equal structure plus love plus accountability. Not aggression, not humiliation, not yelling, and not shame. But clear, consistent. If you do this, this is what follows. Kids feel safest when consequences are predictable. Because when a house has no consequences, kids run wild on the outside, but feel chaotic on the inside. Children need structure spiritually. Think about it. God created boundaries before he created humans. Boundaries were not punishment. Boundaries were protection. And consequences are spiritual, not just parental. Can we talk Bible for a second? God does not raise children without consequences. Not once, not anywhere. From Genesis to Revelation, God uses consequences not to destroy his children, but to develop them. Adam and Eve, consequence. Jonah, consequence. David, consequence. The Israelites, my God, consequences every week. And look, every consequence came with a purpose: to grow them, redirect them, protect them, to strengthen them. God disciplines those he loves. So when you discipline your kids, when you lay boundaries, when you say, no, you can't do that in my house, you're not being mean. You're being godly. I want to put you onto something right quick. Children learn God through their parents before they ever learn God through scripture. So if you're inconsistent, they think God is inconsistent. If you never follow through, they think God won't either. If you let everything slide, they assume God will too. If you never correct, they see God as soft, not sovereign. Your parenting becomes their theology. And consequences teach them that choices matter, truth matters, integrity matters, responsibility is sacred, and obedience carries blessings. You're not just raising a child, you're shaping a spirit. And for parents who are exhausted, afraid, and carrying guilt, God is saying you're praying for their maturity, but blocking the very process that creates it. You want them to be wise, but you keep shielding them from the things that build wisdom. You want them strong, but you keep preventing the struggle that produces strength. This isn't the season to parent with fear. This is the season to parent with fire. Let consequences do the work. Let accountability do the sharpening. Let God do the transforming. Look, I know I'm talking to somebody's spirit right now. Some of us are praying about things that we should have parented. We're asking God, why won't they listen? And God is saying, because you never required them to. We're asking, why do they keep doing the same thing? And God is saying, because you removed the consequence. And we're asking, why don't they respect authority? And God is saying, because you never exercised yours. There are parents listening right now who need to hear this. You are not being too hard. You are being called higher. Discipline isn't about control. It's about character. And character is spiritual. Your child's destiny is tied to their ability to handle discipline, to take correction, to submit to wisdom, to accept truth even when it stings. God didn't call you to raise a comfortable child. He called you to raise a capable one. And here's some real life applications to everything I'm saying. First, so you want to learn the hard way. Bet. You lost your jacket? Cool. Then the weather gonna raise you today. You broke it? Congratulations. We will call you Mr. Fix-It. You spent it? Well, enjoy this broke ministry you just joined. 2, choices got consequences, but you knew that, right? Chores not done? No privileges. This not grandma's house. You lied? Okay. Now you have to rebuild your trust. 3, go ahead and journal about your bad decisions. Grab a pen and write down what you did. Then write why you did it, and then write how you plan to stop acting brand new. And 4, I want it, don't move me. Show me something. You want that? Show me some consistency first. Earn it. Because I'm not Santa or a genie. You desire this? Act like you can handle it. Show some responsibility, not a bunch of excuses. And 5, I love you, but I will not play with you today. I'm not arguing with disrespect. Not today, not tomorrow, not ever. I'm saved, not soft. Come back with your calm, because I don't want to have to. Consequences teach discipline. Discipline teaches maturity. Maturity teaches wisdom. And wisdom preserves destiny. I have a few quotes I want you to consider before we get out of here. Children need love, yes, but they also need boundaries to feel safe. Fred Rogers. The parent who protects from consequences cripples the future adult. BK Blessed. Not really sure where the next one comes from, but it's so true. If you rescue your child from every storm, don't be surprised when they drown in puddles. And lastly, he who spares the rod hates his son, but he who loves him is careful to discipline him. Proverbs 13:24. This has been Lies Changes Truth, and today we broke the lie that sitting back is parenting. Fellow parents, consequences are love. Correction is love. Structure is love. Boundaries are love. And your children will thank you later for what they resent you for today. You can't love your kids into maturity. You have to lead them there. Love without boundaries creates entitled children. Boundaries without love creates broken ones. But love with boundaries, that creates disciples, warriors, leaders, adults who do not crumble when life hits. I'm your host, BK Bless, praying that you remember you can't protect your child from life. You can only prepare them for it. Until next time, stay loving, stay great parents, and stay you.
You gon' be alright, you gon' be alright. Be a motivator, be an innovator, be the best you. Block out the haters, winners fail and fail, but a failure quits. Go through the fire, cause your path is lit. You'll get through the pain, it might hurt a bit. That's how you get your weight up, so move all these mountains, knock down these walls and break all these bricks. Don't let the devil fool you, see through the tricks. Can you feel the power? Yeah, you getting stronger. Can you make it through? Yeah, you got through harder. See, the time is now, can't wait no longer. Cast out the fears, no more paranoia. This is destiny, time to grab a hold. This is meant to be, time to let it go. Believe in yourself, God's in control. This the realest thing I ever wrote, to whom it may concern. This is your life, this is your time. You gon' be alright, you gon' be alright. Follow God's plan, follow his light. You gon' be alright, you gon' be alright. Have no fear, cause he's right here. You gon' be alright, you gon' be alright. This is your time, this is your life. You gon' be alright, you You gon' be alright.